Jode. So I've got a great question from Karen. Now, Karen lives in Australia, and she lives in the Blue Mountains and would like to attract clients from Sydney, which is about a 2-hour drive away. And her question is, if I use social media, how can I avoid becoming a slave to Facebook, a slave to Twitter, etc., when a large portion of my new business is not connected to the internet? So for her, she's worried about spending too much time doing social media. So how would you respond to Karen?
Do not become a slave. Okay, first of all, the thing with social media is, I keep coming back to this overwhelm thing because it's so easy for people to get overwhelmed. The thing with social media is if you don't know enough about it, it can be really daunting, and it's very important to be on a need-to-know basis. There's a bunch of things about social media that you might not necessarily need to know if you are to a time constraint. And I think it's important that when you're first coming to master it, that you pick one and you learn about what you need to know about that one particular social media site. So whether it's Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever's most appropriate for your business, go with that. Most people are already on Facebook, just with a personal profile. So get a page first, which we can talk about that in another blog post, and work in Facebook and get chatting and build your relationships on there before you start trying to do the other ones. But it comes down to your time management. And if you've got a social media calendar, which is something I'm going to be sharing in our events, by the way, a social media process, which is only going to take you 30 minutes a day, just have a process in place and stick to your calendar. It should only take 30 minutes a day. Now, the other thing is if you have, say, 4 days a week where you're really busy, but on Mondays it's your quiet day, then what I recommend you could do is use a system like Hootsuite.com, or there's a bunch of other ones, but that's the one I like. And you can line up your weekly scheduled messages and posts to send out on your Facebook and Twitter or whatever it is that you want to use. And you can schedule those to a certain time, so you can do them all on the Monday. Think about the content that you want to share that's adding value to your potential clients and clients. Schedule them up so you set that up on the Monday to go out each day, and boom, it's all done in one day. Now, the other thing you can do is outsource that portion, so you can have somebody researching your common topics for your clients or potential clients. A good way to do that is just come up with 10 blog sites or websites that give information that's really valuable, and give that to a social media manager, and you can use that to be scheduled once a week. Now, the only thing I recommend that you don't outsource is anything that's kind of commenting and communicating. If it comes to researching the stuff that you want to put out there and have them post that for you, absolutely. But you don't want to be outsourcing you can't outsource your personality. So you want to be commenting and responding and having communications with people. So that's where every day you kind of do need to just check in, and even if you're only spending 15 minutes, just have conversations with those people. Social media, it is still a lead strategy. You still will get clients through there. It's a massive relationship builder. So you do get an ROI on your social media if you do it right, which we'll be covering more in our event. So that's pretty much it. Just to summarize, pick one and learn that first, but don't get overwhelmed. Use a social media calendar, use something like Hootsuite to schedule your posts, and don't outsource your personality or your commenting, making sure the conversations are coming from you and not a robot or someone who doesn't understand your business or doesn't even sound like you.
Yeah. And, you see that with some of these big celebrities where they've got a PA doing their Twitter blogs or their tweets, and you just know it's not them. Or tweeties, as I called it the other day, where you can just tell it's not them because, the language doesn't look the same, the little colloquial conversation. So, yeah, big advice. There's certain things you want to outsource, but there's certain things you need to keep in-house as well.
Yeah, absolutely.